All right, you guys ready to light this candle? Call this meeting to order. Today is March 22nd. This is an agenda review meeting for the Monday, March 27th meeting. I get a roll call from our Deputy City Clerk, Latanya Harris, please.
Commissioner Mercer. Here. Commissioner Yates.
Here.
Commissioner Powell. He's on the Zoom with us tonight. I thought we would hear his voice, but he is on our Zoom meeting, so we would like to acknowledge him this evening. Mayor Pro Tem Mercer.
All right.
Mayor Pro Tem Mercer. And Mayor Dantzler.
Here. Okay, all present and accounted for. Got two presentations, but those will be there for Monday night. Developments of note, Access Winter Haven app update. T, anything you want to talk about that, or would you save it for Monday night, or?
That Monday night, but it's really just sharing with you the Access Winter Haven app that we've rolled out. Katrina Hill, our Director of Public Affairs and Communication, not with us this evening, and I'd like her to be able to really elaborate on that. This is something she's worked hard
Okay.
on, but this is really cool. So, and to share that in the midst of the audience that will be here, I think will be beneficial.
All right, consent agenda is kind of light. We've got Avenue K Complete Street Project, Tucker Paving. T, jump in on any of these if you want us to.
Just say that, that's a project we've been working on for a number of years. There's the images there on your screen, and because these are consent items, it might be worth just talking a little bit about this evening. We've had a lot of talk about roundabouts in Winter Haven over the past several months, and this is the project, Complete Street, being funded in part by FDOT, that runs from Lake Silver Drive or First Street North, all the way back east towards the college. And there's a funky little intersection at Lake Martha Drive and Avenue K that you may be familiar with. I think it has maybe a grass median in there now. That will be cleaned up to be a roundabout, and that will help significantly with traffic flow and speed through that area. So we are excited to bring that one on. It is, and there's no pedestrian infrastructure on that road. You got a lot of people that are making their way from First Street back up towards the college, and this ties as well. Did you have a comment you want to make?
Kind of cool story with that one. That came out of the public meeting that we had. We presented a number of options, and the resident there recognized the traffic benefit of that being right in the roadway. That was kind of everybody's preference. So kind of cool story. Oftentimes that's not the case.
MJ, what about a roundabout right out here in front of City Hall on this road right here? Because I've crossed this road all the time, and people just drive like crazy.
At across Avenue D.
Yeah.
So I know that with Joyce B. Davis Park improvements, we're looking at some crossing enhancement. I don't know if there's enough space to do a roundabout.
Well, when people come across Third Street and that light, they go so fast to try to get down to 17 there, and they don't even pay attention to people walking around. That's Speedway.
Yeah, and like I said, we're trying to. That was another thing that we heard during a public meeting for the Joyce B. Davis Park project, and so some pedestrian crossing enhancements there.
Yeah.
And also some traffic calming that'll happen with that.
Yeah, I just watch people stop at this light right here at Third Street and just fly. Yeah. All the way back. Mhm.
And we're seeing a lot of traffic, particularly that peak time, about 10 minutes before 5 until about 5:20. At this intersection, if you have so many people that are trying to make it to US 17 towards Lake Howard. The other area we're seeing a lot of that is on Central Avenue, where people are heading eastbound on Central Avenue from downtown. And they hit First Street, and they get stuck to the light there, and it will queue back through the intersection of Second Street. Clears, in about 15 minutes. That's all the people exiting the area at one time.
Okay. All right. 10B is travel for city manager.
This is our annual Florida City County Management Association conference that we do our continuing education through.
NC Winter Haven firefighters bargaining agreement. Anything?
We've been working on this one. We're coming up on close to a year. I think is Charlie here. He had a doctor's appointment he was running late from, but just kudos to Sean Dykes and Greg Herring, our attorney that handles the personnel matters, and then Sonny Emery and his team in Charlie Bird, really working to get this finalized. And as soon as we get this one approved, we start about time to start working on the next. one. So long time coming, and it's ready to.
Okay, next, the city clerk performance evaluation and step pay adjustment.
So this is again, a kind of a formality for the commission. You've done an evaluation on the clerk, and this is just to approve the salary adjustment that is consistent with our step plan,
What is that step adjustment?
3%.
3, okay. Questions, comments, commissioners? 10E, request for approval of a Tampico easement in order to facilitate the installation of a new security access gate.
So my understanding of this, and I'll ask Alex to weigh in, the map that you see in front of us, there's a blanket easement over the Winter Haven Airport, except for that area that is in green, and therefore we need to create the easement for that. Next slide, AJ. The red line that you see is a power line that will go from a pole on the east side of this drawing back to the west to activate one of the new control gates as part of our security plan. So it's simply just an easement for them to put in the electric infrastructure for that. No real impact beyond getting that line.
Do you mind, Alex, telling me, give me an update on that? Because I'm getting ready to get my teeth cleaned, and every time I go to the dentist, I get asked on this by one of the airport people. Where are we with that whole security system?
Yes, sir. Good evening. I'm excited to report that the security improvement project is nearing completion. This item presented before you is really one of the last gates to be completed. This is the entrance into Jack Brown's. We're adding a motorized gate to it and access controls there, so the power will be set at that gate. But overall, the project is expected to be completed in the next 60 days. That's what the timeline we have right now. More and more cameras are coming online each week. I actually just saw 2 new ones added today. So the technology company is installing them all around the airport. There's going to be a transition period from the access codes that we're currently using at the airport to more of like a badging type assigned to each individual, but that'll be phased in over time to make sure that we get everybody to transition.
Are you having lots of meetings out there for the people? Do they know what's going on, or is everybody, do you feel like everybody knows what's happening?
Well, we have our monthly airport advisory committee where we talk about all of the capital projects that are
Right.
happening. Throughout the year, we'll send newsletters that include updates about the capital projects. So, and then our line technicians that are providing field service every day usually are up to speed and providing updates as lieutenants are asked when they're filling the airport.
Do you think it would be worth having when you get it all finished, having a all hands on deck meeting, maybe some cookies or something, have everybody that has an interest in the airport to come out and explain everything? And I'm just asking, I'm not suggesting, I'm asking.
I think that's a great idea. You know, this project, there's so many parts and pieces to it. Behind the scenes, a new key control access system. You know, we have a couple hundred keys that we maintain for all the individual hangars, and there's a new key control system that you sign out each individual key and it records who did it and when. There's a lot of pieces behind the scenes that I think are very neat. And I think, to your point, tenants would be probably excited to learn that their keys are being maintained through a control system, new access controls in and out to make sure their property is secured behind the fence. I think that'd be a great idea. Yeah.
Hey, Alex.
If you'll just let me know when that is, I'll make sure I'm there, you know.
Hey, Alex.
Yes, sir.
How long have we been talking about this security project?
I would say 3 years if I had to put a number on it. And I would, you know, that partially the delays in the project were associated with FDOT funding delays,
Right.
as a result of COVID. But what we were right, we're nearing the finish line though. I think that there will be a large celebration on this project.
I think you're absolutely correct on that. It's needed bad.
Yes, sir. And I think I kind of know where you're going as far as the security camera.
Yeah, my only suggestion would be to, make it a general discussion because we don't want to reveal any specific aspects of our security system, just for obvious reasons, but statute would recognize those as being confidential in a general sense, so.
I just think it would go a long way with the tenants out there and the people that had concerns to alleviate those if we, just had some sort of, and you could speak and whoever else you wanted, whoever they know who it is. So just a thought.
I agree. It's a significant improvement
It is.
across the entire airfield.
And how much did we spend?
It's in the ballpark of $2 million.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I think we should tout our horn a little bit, toot our horn a little bit too, for pulling that off, so. Okay, good job. Thank you. All right. Communicate easement with City of Winter Haven Frontier, Florida, LLC.
So Frontier is doing a lot of fiber installation around the community, and in most of our rights of way, it's a simple right of way permit. In this area, it's not really a right of way that exists here because the road actually extends through city owned land, so we have to do an easement for them to be able to put that in. They're just, standard stuff. Mayor and Commissioners, there will be one additional item added to the agenda. We had this on there. It will appear as 10G, and we struck it at the last minute because we weren't sure we'd have the agreement ready for it. But the 10G will be a lease agreement with the Polk County Public Schools, their transportation folks for the buses we use for the summer program. Do this every year. We had to get some things cleaned up with their agreement that came in today. So I've asked that go ahead and be placed on the agenda as a consent item. It's very standard.
Resolution R-2323.
Um,
Zoning Board.
Yeah, this, Eric, you want to speak to this one and what we're cleaning up here, if you would, please, sir?
Sure. So there is a joint airport zoning board that exists. It's part of Polk County's efforts to collaborate around all of the regional airports. They're tasked with, it's an intergovernmental body, legislative body, and they're tasked with maintaining proper zoning ordinances with respect to airports, height restrictions and the like. This is an update to a resolution that we adopted in 2017, essentially just moving some members around. We had some folks who retired, Merle Bishop and Leo Tregi, who moved on to another airport. And so this reorganizes that and establishes the new members as Heather Reuter as a voting member, myself as an alternate voting member, and Alex as a non-voting advisory member. Sean Byers was the only individual who is not changing. He is still a voting member and will be reaffirmed in that resolution.
All right, Commissioner, anything else? It'll be a quick meeting Monday.
I will tell you, Mayor, we're gonna have a couple just short little blips that I'll put under my liaison report for Monday nights, things, cool things that are happening we want to update you on, but not necessarily worthy of full presentation or agenda action items.
Okay. I got two things. Julie, can we get an update on the golf course? I mean, you can do it when you don't do it. I'm not asking you to go off the cuff. If you want to get things together, but
We have one scheduled that will happen on April 5th
okay,
at
well, never mind. then.
workshop that will, the Troon or Indigo crew is coming. And
Okay.
so we have that scheduled for that date.
On your radar, thank you. And then the last thing is, I think we should probably send a letter that all of us sign as thank you to Grady for everything they've been helped us with plane crash and also with this brownie down here. I just think they jumped on that just off the time. Jurisdiction and probably say thank you, appreciate your partnership. Thank you all.
Certainly, we will, we'll work on that this week and have that ready for your signature Monday evening.
They worked overtime on those two calamities. Thank you for that. Okay, anybody else? All right, well, we will see you guys Monday night, and I think 15-minute record. We are
We're
adjourned.
celebrating Nat's birthday now.
Yeah, let's go eat some of Nat's cupcakes. Where are they anyway?
That was his point, all right?